Hello, everybody. Can you hear us in the chat? This is Wesley and Tom. September 27th.
The audio.
Oh, what's that?
You won't activate the audio.
The audio is activated.
I don't believe you.
It is. It very much is. We got our beers.
Is the video activated?
I love it.
Yeah, the video is not activated. Oh.
Maybe it's just that far behind. Oh, no, the video's not activated, but our audio. Yeah, we can hear you. Yes, that's exactly it. You're confusing me, Tom. I was like, what?
Yeah, I tried to do that.
Alright. Cool. Welcome to the 2024 GDEX Game Jam. I apologize for a little bit of chaos there. I know it took us a sec to get in. And I'm going to do our faces. And one question I do have for you, because this is what we were debating on, is I was trying to get this background here. To me, it looks backwards. But let me know in the chat if that logo looks forwards, I guess. Because I always get it mixed around.
It does look forward on that side.
All right, so here's what I'm gonna do.
Mine's fine.
Oh, it's because
mine's forward.
Yours is forward.
Let's go. Yeah, because I'm doing virtual camera.
Okay. Well, here we're gonna fix that. We're gonna fix that live. I
don't just flip us both. You'll make me backwards, and I'll have to flip myself.
Tom, you are a-okay. Let's not change a good thing. So I'm gonna turn off my thing real quick, and then I'm gonna. You may see this. I don't know. Do. All right. No, that didn't work. I picked the wrong one. It was supposed to work.
There you.
Okay, so the one is backwards is actually still backwards. So if maybe it still is backwards. I'm like confused.
You're just gonna have to deal with it.
I guess so.
You have it as like a transform in OBS. You can just flip it. You just flip yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I could flip myself, I guess. Anyways, I want to spend more time on this, so I'm just gonna do this. And we're just gonna run with it. I could change my. I wonder if I could change my my. Ooh, sure, that's fine.
I think you can. I believe in you.
Yeah, flip horizontally. Oh, that's just me. I could just do this.
There you go.
I can't change my background.
Doesn't even change your background. Nice.
Yeah, it's so weird because they're definitely different.
Wes, just grab the image, flip the image, use the flipped image as your background.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really weird. It definitely is flipped, but it won't like give me the correct flipped. Anyways, okay. Well, let's go ahead and get started.
About to flip the table. About to flip the whole table.
Oh, now it's... Hold on. My camera's... Oh, it's because I was looking at...
Alright, that's it. I'm infinite mirroring you. Deal with it.
I guess so. I guess, did my Logitech camera capture just crash?
I mean, the streams.
No. Yeah, it sure did crash. Okay. Okay, I'm not gonna touch anything anymore. There we go. Once I get back online, there we go. Okay, we're gonna stay with here. Everybody good? Great. Okay. Without further ado, I'm glad everybody's like having a great time at our expense. I apologize for that craziness.
I'm also having a great time at our expense. So.
Yes, that's the theme. I'm just kidding. That's not the theme.
That is
Our expense. Well, first off, I just want to kind of do a soft introduction to ourselves as we kind of go through these technical difficulties. There's always something, right? And I think that's kind of a good motif for game jams, is that like don't feel pressured into getting everything super perfect. This is, even though like if you're familiar with game jams are a great way to kind of make games in a short amount of time. Now, what we've done for this since 2020, it's kind of a little backstory. We actually did the GDEX Game Jam for our Game Expo, which is happening in the fall this year. In the Midwest, it's called GDEX. No specific acronym, that's just kind of what we called it, Game Developer Expo. And because of COVID, like we wanted to do stuff online, so Tom and I got together with the team and we said, hey, why don't we just do a game jam prior to the event? and have a lot of fun. Just kind of a great way to do it. And we've been doing it since then. We actually did last year our first winter game jam, which we're still working on debating to do that this year. Um, and so that we game jams are a great way if you're into games or game development to kind of get a little bit of a snippet of what it's like to work on games, right? And you don't need necessarily game development experience. We are going to pair you up with folks that do have experience. And even if you have no experience at all, there's so many resources we're going to be throwing at you this weekend via our Discord channel. And for folks, we'll be emailing them in our page as well, which I'll show here in just a sec. But it's a great way to kind of get together with artists, programmers, designers, musicians, and anybody who even has no experience in games at all to make something together. In our instance, is a 9-day game jam event. All right, um, so without further ado, let me go ahead and just make sure I'm not missing anybody. Backwards, it's backwards. It's always backwards. Inner workings of Jamio. Jeopardy is playing in my brain. Yes. Is your camera mirrored? It might be. I don't know. The best part, Winter Game Jam. Yes. So you guys remember Winter Game Jam was a great way to, um, see some of the stuff that we were working on. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is show our website. So for
Yeah, we
those of you,
do want to keep doing Winter Game Jam, by the way. That's
yeah,
definitely on the books. So it's just like now that we're back in fall, it's like we're very end of year loaded now.
yeah. I mean, that's the thing is there's a lot going on now. So, but it's a good thing. We always want people working on stuff. Um, so what I went ahead and did is, and I guess I didn't even do formal introductions. My name is Wesley Adams, and my background is in 3D animation, but I've been working with a local studio called Multivarious Games with my partner that's with us, Tom. And we've been working on games since like back in 2010. Been working with GDEX even, a couple years after that. I helped to run a local game group called COG, or the Central Ohio Game Dev Group. So that's kind of my backstory. And then Tom, I want to talk a little bit about yourself. I'll kind of bring us back.
Pretty similar backstory. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of a transplant from further west of Ohio, out in the cornfields, and came to Columbus for OSU. Went in for law and history, and came out with computer science because that's just how the world works. So,
Yeah.
but I was always passionate about games, and we kind of ran into each other at like basically no, the what we met at wasn't exact. Was that just straight up cog? It was
Mm-hmm.
probably just straight up cog. Yeah.
Yeah. It was
Um,
the couple folks that you
There was
knew,
like
and
there was like a combination of like cog and some other like after school programs that were meeting up at the tech deck in Dublin,
yeah,
and that's my first memory is like
and
just showing off some like little prototypes. Like, hey, I cracked open OpenGL, and I'm just making a little simple tic tac toe game.
right.
Uh, but yeah, we just started working together and started building MVG, and wanted to help other people build themselves up too, and that's kind of what GDEX has always been, is us just trying to rise the tide for all of us here in the Midwest in general. Try to keep more of the talent from having to move away. So
Yep.
the game jam's just a big part of that. Help people showcase their skills and just grassroots style, and to show that like creativity and really cool ideas can come out of anywhere. So
Yeah,
yeah, I mean,
exactly.
I kind of
So
skipped a bunch of stuff for my bio, but if people got questions, I'm in the
we
Discord. You
we
can
could
just
be here
ask.
all
Yeah,
night. Like I said, we've been
yeah,
doing this for
exactly.
over
We'll get to know
10
each other
years,
pretty well
so
over the next week or so. So
yeah. But
um,
yeah, so that's a little bit about ourselves. So if you have any questions, we are a wealth of information. Um, and we'll get you connected with folks with a wealth of information. We have a really great group of people coming back year to year. Um, So talking about our website, I went ahead and posted that into the chat channel. So that is thegdex.com/game jam. That'll be your landing page for everything you need to know. So feel free to scroll and look through this. If you kind of forget where anything is, you can always come back here and find where you need to go. We're going to be helping you out this evening to kind of show you, where to find this stuff. But you'll look here. There's a little what the expo is, which we highly recommend checking us out if you are able to make it to the Midwest. We are in the Central Ohio, Columbus area at the Greater Columbus Convention Center, and our expo is going to be um, October 20, technically 24th through the 27th. 24th is a separate game developer expo, dev day all day. But it's a great time to meet other game developers, really cool, like artists and vendors, anywhere from folks first making their games all the way through people who are publishing with big companies like Microsoft and Xbox and PlayStation. So feel free to look through that. And then if you ever want to find the Game Jam, you can click this banner up here this week, or you can go under Experience and go to Game Jam, and you'll find us right here. So down here, coming back to this, is our buttons, right? So this is kind of the big thing. So usually what I like to tell folks, if you're looking for our videos, they're down here. There's a kickoff event, which is this stream right now. And then the ending ceremony is going to be right at the tail end of our Game Jam experience for the creation phase, right? That's going to be Sunday, October 6th at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that'll be just like a video just like this. And we're going to be going over as many games as we can. Depending on how many games we have, we might try to separate them off later, or if it's a lot of games, then we'll just do as many as we can. But we try to give everybody a couple minutes to show off everything they've done. So um, that'll be a great experience for you all, and a really great experience for us as well, because we love playing what you guys are making. If you do share stuff on social media, we ask that you use the hashtag GDEX Game Jam, and that'll get us information kind of spreading around the interwebs for that. And if you're interested in the rules, you can click on the rules section. It'll kind of bring you all the way down here at the bottom, and it'll give you a highlight, right? So we really want people to only start making their game at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time through Sunday, October 6th at the very end of the night, midnight Eastern Standard Time. So we will be streaming at 6 p.m. and we'll be trying to collect as many games as we can. But if you want to upload your stuff to itch.io a little bit later after the stream, you're more than welcome to. Just right at the end of Sunday, that'll be your last moment to submit. So keep it fair. Try to start not until after the stream. And then any dev tools are okay to use as long as they are legally allowed to do so. For example, like you can't use somebody else's tools that isn't licensed to you, etc. Make sure it's family friendly if you can. No NDA binding content or not safe for work content. And then please credit
Yeah,
if you are licensing.
please don't have people coming after GDEX about your free game in our jam.
Yes.
That would be the best.
Right, exactly. Um, so it is requested to start with a clean slate where possible, but using free tools and assets as a start is okay. Some are included in this Global Game Jam site as a good guide. So if you're looking for a really great resource, which we should have posted in the resources of our Discord, or we will again, this is a great resource. We usually work with Global Game Jam quite a bit. It's another game jam we love working with. They have all kinds of free resources at your
Mhm.
disposal. So feel free to look through that if you're getting started tonight and thinking about prototyping. 5 is the theme is revealed today, Friday. So please use that as a guide to make what your game is about in any way you interpret the theme for your game. So however you want to interpret it, totally up to you. It's a great way to kind of showcase that. All submissions must be uploaded to itch.io to be considered as part of the final judging process. So that is something interesting too, is we do have, after our game jam, we have a technically a 4-day rating period or judging period, and that's going to be a mixture of you all rating each other's games. So we encourage you, after the game jam submission of October 6th, starting October 7th through October, what is it, that Thursday? Let me see. It is October 10th. So at October 10th, end of the day, you will be showcasing your or you will be rating each other's games. So you'll be playing each other's games, and you'll be ranking it on these five criteria: functionality, visual design, gameplay, engagement, and representation of theme. Is this what we do every time? It actually works out pretty well. It's usually like a 5-point scale. And then there's comments that you can post in everybody's game page, so you can kind of give feedback there. It's really highly encouraged that you do as much as you can, because obviously everybody's worked really hard in these games. So if you get a chance to kind of give some feedback, it's a really great way for people to not only just improve their games, but like understand what are things that we can improve on? What are things we can do better on? Because that's a lot of what we try to do at GDEX as a gaming expos. We try to help people like see how they can improve and work in their experience as a game developer. Um,
Right, and this also a little bit of like our the built-in. We kind of bake it into the cake of like if somebody comes in and they're just working on a particular side project that they want to work on, they're free to do that. They can be part of the jam, but they're probably going to lose points on like adherence to theme and things like that. So that's just kind of our way of letting people participate without like because you're probably not going to win the 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 little casual competition that we have. So
yeah,
because everybody have fun, everybody gets to participate, and yeah, we just have fun with the theme and the people's creative takes and unexpected ideas that they come out of the themes that we come out with, and
yep,
super fun for everybody.
exactly, yeah, and I think I saw somebody else was saying, dare I point out that it's currently daylight time. Yes, yes, yes. It does change by an hour, but I wouldn't worry too much. Normally, game jams are only a weekend. We are giving you 9 days, so it's going to start today, and then a week from now, Friday, then Saturday, Sunday, right? So at the end of not this Sunday, but the following Sunday, you'll have a lot of time to submit your games, and even a longer time or a long time to do your rating process. So yes, I know there's always something. There's always something. Um, but the other good news is what we're working on and still kind of collecting folks. We've got a lot of folks already starting to kind of contact back to us. Is we're working to get a team of game reviewers, peer reviewers, to help uh, sh- uh, do a review session, which I'll give those out as soon as I can get the schedule out tonight of when those will be. And they're just periods of time where you can jump into Discord and we'll have game development professionals review your games, right? And they're just quick, like, 10, 15-minute sessions. I personally will be happy to be there as long as you guys want me to. We try to schedule a time that works with folks. Um, but for the most part, we're eager to give you guys feedback about 2 or 3 times during the session, and then that'll be like a way for you guys to improve on what you're working on and give some insight, right? So we'll be doing that in our discords. I'll give you a schedule when all that's good to go. And then the other part, or the judging period, is we'll have game development professionals rating your games along with you, right? And then on that Friday, we'll all get together internally as a GDEX team and game professionals to kind of review all the scores and kind of nominate what we're calling the 2024 GDEX Game Jam uh, award winner. And that'll actually be showcased on October 26th in person at the GDEX Game Jam award ceremony. So we always do that every year. It's a great time to have people kind of get their award if they can, and then obviously like if you can't be there, we'll be working with you to get your award and then send it off and showcase it online so people can see like, hey, Twitter or whatever. We'll let people know the winner is as soon as we find that out. And then another thing is that we want to note that both digital and physical games are welcome. So if you do decide you want to do a card game, board game, that's okay. We usually have some instructions to help you out. One is like, maybe a PDF. Some people have used things like Tabletop Simulator to showcase their games. But there's different ways that you
What's the
can do it.
envelope? What if someone wants to mod and something? What if they want to like build a mod and that's their game? What do we say to them?
I guess it's a question of licensing, right?
Right, exactly. It
So
depends on the game. That's right.
yeah, because a lot of this you got to think of. One of the things that not every game jam does, but most are trying to do is that at the end of the game jam, so if someone wants to be able to like take a look at your game and understand how it was created, they already have the tools to do so. Whether that's their free tools that they can use or their assets that they can buy themselves and understand like, okay, here's how you made your, first person shooter, or here's how you made your top down exploring game, whatever it is. And they can use that and kind of, understand and learn from it as well as them learning them, the game that they're making, right? So what your team's making. Um, so that's why we say like, if it's not licensed and you can't use it, then it's also that, harder to use and share. As well as, maybe you guys want to make this into a full-fledged game. There's been plenty of games that have been finalized, once it was created during a game jam and actually sold online on like itch and then Steam and then Nintendo or whatever. So it's great to have those things locked down in the beginning. Um, the main thing is that they will need to be in a playable state, able to be uploaded and downloaded, and easy enough to review for judging. Period. We know this can be subject, but um, just ask and do your best, and we will help to review your work as we go in our GDEX Game Jam Discord. So that just means if you're not really sure the best way to upload things, talk to us. We've had really good conversations in our Discord channel um, to take that and help you understand what's the best way to upload your games. And actually, I'm gonna copy the Discord link. Is VR an option? VR is an option. Yeah, VR is an option. I would definitely probably say if you can.
Most of us, like the most of the judges at least, should have VR
Yeah,
headsets, I think.
it kind of brings me to
Um,
my second point. What's really helpful if you can do it, which you guys have 9 days to do this, which is definitely possible. If you can supply also a video recording of your game, especially for games that are like tabletop or VR where maybe you don't have the hardware for it, that actually is a great way for judges to kind of go through and play those if they don't have them. Um, because
yeah,
it's
and
like,
yeah,
it,
and I'd say make sure make sure like the VR game is probably targeting as universal as possible instead of like hyper targeting one platform.
yeah,
Because I think we all have different headsets and stuff.
yeah,
For example, or different computers.
and
Some of our judges are on Mac and some are on Windows and
right.
some are on Linux and all that good stuff.
I think the biggest takeaway from this is that we don't want to limit you, but we do want you to understand the the paths and steps it takes to you know upload and showcase some of these different games that aren't just like a general like PC game, right? Um, because like again, it's a learning experience, so we encourage you to try anything you can. This is a time to try new things, and if that is what you're very interested in, then go for it, and we will work to make sure that we can get you the ability to kind of get reviewed and showcased as we can. So, cool. So rules are subject for review and regulated by GDEX moderators to support your game jam journey. Just ask Wesley or Tom on our Discord channel and have any questions or concerns. And as we join you on this journey, the 10 is have fun, don't stress, be friendly to each other, and also please abide by the GDEX Code of Conduct, which is our normal Code of Conduct page. So feel free to read that. A lot of this is most of this is like on site, but it does kind of showcase some of the things that we align with. Um, and the last thing is just keep staying awesome. So that is our landing page. Again, that's our rules that we showcased. I talked about the Discord. I sent that to the channel. If you aren't part of that, please, please, please do consider joining our Discord. It's the best way to talk to us. Plus, we're using a custom Jamio Discord bot, what I'll show you here quickly in a sec, as a way to kind of help set up your teams. And then I want to do now is just kind of showcase the itch page. But
I've been showing Jamio's guts this whole time.
yes, yes. So
Good
this
luck
is
stealing this code.
because of your background. Yeah. So this is our itch page. Right now we have 37 people joined. Um, at this point, if you made a game in 5 seconds, now I would wait till after the stream, but after the stream, if you made a game in like 1 second and uploaded it, your submission would be considered as part of the Game Jam, GDEX Game Jam 2024 submissions. Um, So you can join the jam with this button. You don't have to join today, but we highly encourage you to do it as soon as possible because this is the site. If you're not familiar with Itch, Itch is a game platform. It also has a game jam portion of it. So there's a lot of games on Itch.io, itch.io, and we use it every year just to kind of use our game jams because it's highly intuitive. It's a great place to kick these off as well, and it helps us have a one-stop shop place to upload your games. So feel free to read the event details. A lot of this is kind of already went over a little bit, but when you get here, make sure you join, and then when the submission period is over after 9 days, there will be. I mean, if you register, there you can actually submit your game at any time, but you won't see submissions until we showcase those Sunday at 6 p.m. All right, so at that point you will actually be able to see everybody's things. Um, we just kind of do it that way, just so that people can kind of like, if they want to be a little bit reclusive and don't want to show anything yet, they can wait until later. But we also, in our Discord channel, open it up if anybody wants to share something. They're more than welcome to. Um, and that's partly just because we have a theme, so we want people to be as creative as possible. I clicked on the wrong thing. No entries. Um, and yeah, so feel free to read through this. It kind of talks about the judging period. It talks about our theme, which I'll show here just a sec. Our kickoff stream, which we talked about, the ending ceremony. This is our link to our GDEX website. This is a link to our Discord. And it's just kind of showcasing some people online. So that's it for this. Let me double check. Okay. I think I want to take a pause here for a sec. Does anybody have any questions that I can answer so far? Because I want to get into Jamio next. Probably someone, uh, Degerio, so it's probably someone using that O1 chatbot model to make a game could upload in 5 seconds. Yes, yes, they could. Keep.
Hopefully they show us footage of their AI model playing the game also.
I know the one thing that they were talking about was the uh, people were able to play Doom via
Oh right,
image
yeah, just
generation.
just
That was
generatively playing Doom without any like quote unquote source code.
yes,
Right,
yes.
right. Yeah, that was kind of fun.
So,
Uh, it's out there.
are Jamio cameos allowed this year? Yes, they are allowed every year.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's just pandering. That's like the one approved way to pander is
right,
Jamio
exactly.
cameo.
There's yeah, there's a couple of you know showcasing
We
things.
usually have teams cameoing in each other's games too, which is always fun to see. So definitely keep an eye out for all the other projects that are happening in the jam, and if you see any cute characters, you're like, hey, you want a cameo? Like we encourage that stuff for sure.
So, if you guys aren't familiar with Jamio, this little guy is Jamio. There's actually a website for this. This is a bot that Tom has really been the father of for a pretty long time now. It's a Discord bot that is here to create and handle the creation of game jams and collaborative projects in Discord. We are working to make a version of it at some time in the future that is more than just Discord, but right now that's kind of our focus. And what it does, which I'll show you,
Is
is it
by
kind
far
of
the largest code base I've written like by hand. Like
yes,
I'm looking at one 8,000 line file. There's absolutely dozens of files in dozens of folders. Like,
yes, exactly. Yeah, so
woo!
it's a great tool. You can feel free to look through this. I know that we had our GDEX Winter Jam last time. We had the Global Game Jam this year. And we're kind of updating every year. So if you see something when the Discord bot is in there, I know a couple of you were kind of poking at it like, is this supposed to do this? Let us know if you see something going on, and Tom will be here all Game Jam to kind of help alleviate any issues that may occur. It's really
Jamio
solid
is
at this point,
forged.
but
Jamio is forged in jams, and I do all my best work on Jamio during jams. That's
yes.
just how it is. The
So
psychological jam bond.
so yeah, we've got Jamio. I mean, somebody else was asking a question. What about the two characters in the banner? I think I 3D modeled them in the past and showed Elatori. Oh, you're talking about these characters? Was it? Shoot, Bit, uh,
Oh, like
Bite,
G and Dex
G
or
Index. Yeah, G Index. Yeah, if you
or
want to use
the
them,
the
please do.
dragon or yeah,
Yeah,
the
if you
GDEX
guys,
characters.
we have a lot of concept art of these things. If you do want to spend the time modeling our characters, we have our own mascots. There's our dragon character. What is their name? I'm so bad with these. I'm bad with
Oh, I
names.
know this. I know this. Yeah, me too. I'm also bad with names. Oh, Katie's gonna. They're not gonna
We
find
will we
us.
will let you know. Maybe we do a
We're in
channel where
trouble.
we send off concept art of our mascots. Because there's one more. There's actually our underworld world character, which is uh, I'm just having a brain fart. I think it's really the stream is like makes me like it empties my brain. But we have three humanoid mascots and one dragon mascot. So we can send those over if you guys are interested.
Harry G.
We need to meet the
Dex
mascots
and
chat in Discord. Yes, we will. We will send stuff over. I got plenty of concept art, so I'll show you
the
more.
dragon is called.
It's just called Dragon.
It's not stored with the other mascots. Ah.
It's okay. We'll find out. But I want to keep moving. Um, we got a
Yeah, that's what I'm
theme.
here
We got a
for. You
theme to
keep
get to,
moving. I'm
right?
gonna find it.
You guys want to know what that theme is? But
No,
we're
we
gonna
can
go.
keep dangling.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and showcase our Discord. And this is my dummy account. So if you see Randy Bojangles, that's my test account. Um, you could feel free. You could talk to them. I mean, I have control over this Discord account, but this is kind of showcase, a little bit what you guys might see. So when you first enter into this Discord channel, over here on the left side, these are called, for those of you who haven't used Discord, these are called channels. So if it's a hashtag, this is considered a text channel. Okay, so really you can upload images, GIFs, video, and that kind of stuff. Some of these channels might be restricted based on roles or just like restrictions that we put on there. But this is a great way for you, especially if you're making a um, a team. You will have a hashtag text channel as well as a microphone voice channel. So when we would talk about text channels or the hashtags, voice channels are the ones with the mics. If it has a lock there, it means that you may not have the permissions to see that. Same with some of these. But essentially, we're using these as ways to talk to each other. Now, I will tell you that voice channels, if you see this little open mic, also has a text channel. That's new as about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. So you can use that too. But usually, what we encourage people to do is when you get a team, you'll get a text channel, you'll get a voice channel. Use the text channel as kind of like your writing board, and your voice channel to talk to people in real time and stream just like Tom and I were doing in our presentations just earlier. Um, so what we encourage you to do is once you're in here, you'll see a lot of information in this Jammer space. Please do start at the any Jam README, and I would kind of go to the top and kind of read through this. We update this periodically, but this is kind of your platform if you don't want to navigate to the landing page or whatever. It's got all the good stuff, our website, soon to be our theme. I got to get the schedule in tonight so you guys can kind of see the pacing, and a lot of other good things. We will add pertinent things. You can use things like pins. So if you do an emoticon pin, you can pin that to your channel, which will show up here. So if you want to pin an idea, just whatever comment you want to pin, you just kind of go to your comments and you just find your pin. Sorry, probably. Boom.
I still haven't found the name, but I did find out in 2002 the dragon was just a baby, which is kind of awesome. So
Oh, it was an egg. Yeah.
it's a full grown dragon now this year. So I
So
just
cool.
need a name. Dang it!
We'll get there. We'll get there. So, so feel free to use pins. You can use roles as a way to identify yourself. We usually tell people we have a couple of roles. We use this. I think it's the same thing, right, Tom? We have a technical, creative, producer role as our primaries.
Yeah.
If you are not, if you do not have any game development experience, we usually tell you're a producer. or I would almost call that a designer to be honest. But essentially, you're going to help design and idealize some of the concepts that are going to be part of your game. But then you might also join in and like maybe you'll draw something and share a little bit of creative, or maybe you're want to try programming and you can do a little bit more technical. So you will be categorized in these three groups. It's just to kind of help us move processes around as you guys are developing your games. There's also two ancillary uh, roles as well called maybe later. So if you are not sure about your time, you can say maybe later. Maybe you need to do it not tonight, but you can only start next Wednesday or something. That's a maybe. And then there's a floater, which we always joke around about the floaters. Floaters are a funny term. We get it. But they are people who are like, hey, I want to be an extra hand and I want to help people with a resource. Like I am a voice actor or actress, or I am a musician, right? And maybe those things don't happen immediately, but maybe you just want to let people know that, hey, I'm a floater. If you need me, I can help you with this later down the road. And definitely, as we start to get towards the end of the submission period, people are going to need floaters. Um, here's our Jamio Cameo assets. So if you want to download images of Jamio, you can use those in your game. You can use them for reference. How do you submit an itch game? I've got two links on how to upload to itch. So feel free to watch that video. There's
Someday
also
Jamio is gonna do it for you.
yes,
Someday.
yes.
Someday.
Yeah, we're working on that too. We're always working on Jamio for some of these cool features. But also a lot of people have a hard time knowing how to add contributors to their itch page. So that's how you do that. So make sure you do credit people at the very least in your description, but you can also add contributors that are actually attached to the page based on their itch profile. Um, and then there's Game Jam resources. So there's a Google Doc. This is that global Game Jam resources that I talked about. And then this is just me kind of kicking off what we're working on. So uh, you can use this channel here if you just want to chat. So this channel is going to be public to I think anybody, right, Tom? Yeah, anybody. So anybody in the GDEX Discord may pop in here and like, hey, what are you guys working on? Oh, I'm doing this. You will have your own channels down here that will be specific to you as a jammer once you register. But if you just want to chat with the public, you can use this channel. These are Game Jam resources. We add a lot in here, but you are free to add your own as well. There's actually information in here about uploading physical games, so feel free to go through that. And then we usually try to pin some good resources if we can. Share your resource. This is another place that if you want to share any kind of resources, this is another ancillary. It actually might be redundant, but yeah, or your work. So if you are like, hey, I want to show off a cool mechanic that I'm working on, this would be a great place to show what you're working on. And this is what we love to share with people from the public. So if you're like, hey, I made a really cool puppy, I want to show that off to the public, put it in here. You know, so we find a lot of cool stuff. Eventually, I actually have, yeah, it looks like I have the Winter Game Jam and the Summer Game Jam. My Randy Bojangles has those roles. He's registered before. So once you guys are done, you will be grandfathered into a new channel called an alumni channel. So we have any alumni channel. So everybody's ever done a game jam with us is in here, and then a specific channel for your group. So if you ever want to talk to people back from the Winter Game Jam, if you participated, you'll be part of that. So it's kind of a fun little, kind of little badge like role thing. The event stage, uh, we don't use this too much, but like if you want to talk to us while we're streaming, this is a place to do it. I probably should have been here, but I'm in admin somewhere else. Um, cool. When we do our peer review sessions, right? We're going to use these. You can use these as your own if you just kind of want to stream, but you will have your own streaming channels. But we might do our peer reviews in these channels and use the voice channels here as well. Um, cool.
I wish the Discord looked like that to me.
Oh, it
So
doesn't.
nice.
Oh, yeah,
It's so
you have a
nice
lot
and
more.
clean.
this
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is
I have a lot more than that.
yeah. So once you're in here, So that's kind of like the Jammer Space category. That's this category. You can open and close that. Um, that's the public streaming channels. And then where you really want to go is the GDEX Game Jam 2024. Announcements will be up here. So this is where I'm going to like blast at you guys. Really just the jammers. Um, right now it's everyone because not everybody's a jammer that wants to be. And so please do look into this from time to time. I might, poke in the morning and say, hey, it's day 5. Here's the things to consider. Make sure you are out of your prototype phase and into your creation phase, right? And these are considerations, but like sometimes things might pop up, or maybe there was a bug with Jamio and we're fixing that and that's fixed and all that good stuff. So feel free to use this announcement channel for that, just to kind of make sure you're aware. And then this is the main one. This is your registration channel. There's a lot of information in here, but really the main thing you want to look at is this section. Okay, so these code callouts are commands that you can talk to Jamia with. So if I was like, it was like registration, you can kind of read a little description of it, but I'll kind of do the short. And we do actually have aliases too. So alias is like a shorthand version of it. But if I wanted to type register, Jamio would start allowing me to register. So I have accepted your username as Randy Bojangles, and I am about to finalize. It may take some time. Please be patient. So it's actually working in the background. And you'll notice as soon as I did that, it's giving me access and roles to a lot more channels. I did not have access to these voice channels before. So now I should be pretty close to being a jammer. Let me see if I pop up in this list. So you'll notice, yep, here we go. You'll notice in this roster, this is kind of everybody's list. Right now, a lot of people are considered teamless jammers, so a lot of folks have already registered. I am now at the bottom of the list as a teamless jammer. So cool, that's great. The
You're
next,
always at the bottom of my list, Wes.
I try my best. Um, but you'll also notice that there's multiple teams, right? So there's 3 teams right now. So people have actually, after they registered, created a team. So you'll notice each team can have an icon, a color, a submission status, and this is for Itch.io, and members. So this team has 2 members right now,
You're
and you
going
can
a
kind
little
of.
bit robot-y, sorry to say.
Oh, is it? No.
You bet. Just want
Uh,
to
of course
get in
it's.
before it gets worse.
Yeah, let me see if it's.
It's been okay so far. I think everything you've said so far has
Yeah,
been legible, but
I'm looking at my stream. I'm tethered in, but it's rough. Oh no.
oh no.
Yeah, I've got. It's like down to. Why is it down to 2%?
Oh, sounding a little better now.
Yeah, that popped back up.
Oh,
Okay. Sorry guys, my internet just crapped out.
Wes's internet.
Yeah, okay, it's green now. It was definitely super red. So I must have just lost internet for a sec. Sorry guys. All right. So we're back. I was talking about teams, and multi-teams will showcase their members along with these other different parameters. And you'll also notice that you can be a solo team. So if you want to work by yourself, you're totally more than welcome to. If you're not really sure if you want to be a part of the team, you can start off as a solo team. And you can always like not be a solo team, not be part of a team. You can leave and join team members as you like. Just feel free to read some of these commands. Okay, so you can deregister. Please don't do that, but if you need to, you can deregister. Um, if you want to be a solo, you type in solo. If you want to create a team, just type create. So now that I'm in here, I can say create. And it might. Oh, I actually might be like waiting for this to go away. Yeah, I think so.
And then it says Randy Bojangles is not allowed to create a team.
It might.
Smiley face.
Oh,
Because I put in the code to stop you from that.
oh really?
Oh yeah. I got all kinds of anti-Wes things in the Jamio code base.
Well, I'll show this
They're
here in a
just
bit.
waiting.
But essentially, you'll hit create, um, and it will walk you through a wizard of creating your own team, right?
Yeah, it's probably just finalizing your
Yeah.
registration.
Oh, here we go.
So often you'll see Jamio stick a little hourglass on your message if so it'll like
Here we
Say
go. Create
okay
a
on.
brand new team.
There it goes.
Waiting for your team name. What's my team name?
Uh,
LOL to real. Creating a new team. Desired name LOL to real. You sure you want to create this team? I can just hit Y for yes, or you can hit yes or confirm, whatever. Confirm team. Going to create team. Let's see what it's doing. Where'd it go? It takes a sec, but it does.
yeah, it's technically it's like going through each of them and making sure
Oh
each
yeah, looks like
individual message is
someone's
looking good.
assigning their icon. Cool.
Heck yeah,
Yeah, you can assign.
make it
Yep,
happen.
there we go.
We might have actually we
There
probably
you go.
will have to start. We
Look at
probably will
this.
have to start deleting old icons on
Icons,
our
yeah.
server.
So yeah, so you'll notice I have a new team. So right now,
We have 3 slots left.
now we have at this point, now that I'm a team, I can use team commands. So I can open and close it. By default, they are open, so anybody can join my team. But I could type in close and it'll close it. If you are looking for a team, say you're registered, you're a teamless jammer, you can always hit join and it'll ask you what team name you want. So if I wanted to join Meaty Ogre, you could join Meaty Ogre. You just type in the name, it'll walk you through the wizard. And then as part of the team, you can add your color, icon, link to a product. So eventually, once you submit, you can add a URL to itch.io. And then the other good one is looking for jammers. So if you're looking for a specific member, saying you need a programmer or a musician, you can type that in too. And where that will show is right down here at the bottom, looking for jammers for team. So it looks like some people are already looking for folks. Wait, excuse me, my throat is dry. We don't have anybody yet. Wait. Oh, okay. Yes, yes. Third time's a charm is looking for sound, potentially a second programmer or writer. Great. So if you, I think that's your name, right? Third
Yep.
time's a charm. Okay. So they are looking specifically for someone who's doing sound, potentially a second programmer or writer.
Hopefully that's just the name they wanted to have, and it wasn't Jamio messing up twice in a row. That would be sad. I think that's just the name they wanted, though.
Yeah. But so that's one, and then the other one is say if you're a teamless person and you're looking for a team, you can type in your jammer commands looking for team, or you can again shorthand LFT. We have a couple people looking or providing their background, right? So Ivanil is actually a beginner Unity developer looking for a team for upcoming jam. They can help you with general development programming and also more into implementation and imagination. So what you could do is you could actually click this person's name and message them and say, hey, we need a programmer. Would you like to join our team? And then they would say yes. And then you can just bring them, you can ask them to join your team. And yeah, and that's how you kind of build teams. It's pretty explanatory. I want to make sure.
Yeah. One of
While
the
I,
most upcoming features. So Jamio is going to be. It's a long story, but like when Jamio first existed, it was almost like better suited for like like actually putting people in teams, but we added so much to just get it on the web and get it to work as a service that we're moving back towards that. But hopefully, soon it'll have a command called suggest team, which is going to be our first foray back into having Jamio actually decide who's on a team with who. So we're going to introduce a command called suggest team, which people can use, and it'll just provide a suggestion, like a random suggestion based on all the other teamless jammers and who's been using the matchmaking request systems. So it'll be like a non-committal thing, but it'll just give us a way for people to start thinking about teams and what could be a good, decent team to just throw some people together. But really, I think it's always going to be a hybrid approach because every single group of jammers is totally different, and we really are emphasizing on making sure that everybody has some meaningful role. So no matter how little experience you have or how few skills you have, that really just means kind of looking for the people who have done it before, who know how to set up a good project and how to like kind of keep a team organized and coordinating with each other, and then forming teams around that with the various skills. So
Right. And
just getting those skilled veterans to step up and then glob all the newbies around them is usually the way to go.
yep, exactly. And to note that, we've got Jamio helping us, but Tom and I are going to be here the whole time. So
Yeah.
we are always here to help if you have questions. And to be frank, like
Jamio,
I'm going to be very open about this. If you get with a team and you're like, it's just not working out for me, let us know, and we will try to help you find a team that works for you. Don't feel bad or ashamed if you're like, oh, they needed a programmer, but they have 12 programmers. you know, okay,
yeah, and then
yeah,
it's like,
maybe
hey,
maybe you don't need that.
we need to spread the love. Yeah.
So, and that's perfectly fine. Like again, normally like we tell folks, okay, uh, it's a 48-hour game jam, and you should probably try to just work with what you got. But it's 9 days. You know what I mean? Like so give it some time to kind of like feel out and see how things are going. Now 9 days is going to go by really quickly, so I'm not gonna say like just kind of make 3 games in one session, but um, just keep in mind that you have some time to think about things. And we will try to make sure everybody's trying to at
Yeah.
least get through this weekend with a pretty comfortable set of kind of knowing what you want to make, the teams that you want to form, and kind of really where you want to keep pushing forward, right?
Yeah, I think the thing, yeah, time is always a double-edged sword because the human brain definitely wants to like just naturally like, oh, I know I have a week, so kind of relax, and then you only have 5 days, and that still feels like a lot. And then you only have 3 days, and that doesn't feel like very much time anymore. So what
Yeah.
we encourage everybody, like I tell my students this all the time, but just like what you want to do is just jump in and tackle the problem. Like when you're coming up with an idea, just think about like which parts of this idea am I like less sure about? Like which parts are like, this is kind of iffy. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do that. You want to jump in and attack those like first. That way you can run into problems and get stuck and have many, many days to go. Because, people are never going to be around at the exact moment you need help, but you can be like, hey, I need help, post it, go rest, go to bed. Don't stress out over it. And like by the time you come back, the jam will have chimed in and given you some advice, or
Yeah.
we'll be able to schedule some time to look at what you're running into and help you find a way through. So
Uh,
don't like work in secret and then like let days go by without asking for help, and then you barely have any time anymore, and it's really unsatisfying.
yeah, a
um
lot of this is going to be proactive, right? And talking about being proactive, one of the things that we're going to encourage you to do as soon as possible um, is upload your game. It doesn't even have to be anything. It could just be a working title.
Yep, we got our tools set up. We got our names in there. You can run it, and it runs a game, and you can close it,
I mean,
like get it up.
honestly, it can even be just almost an empty zip file.
Yep.
Like it's just, and I'm not saying you have to do that tonight. You absolutely do not have to do that tonight. But the earlier the better, because then once you know the process of uploading, all you have to do is do a couple minor changes, right?
Yeah, the sooner you know how to get it on itch and how to push a new version on top and like update the old version, the sooner you can actually encourage your whole team to be testing your game, or just put it out there for the jam and say, hey, here's an early version. And if you have any like thing you want people to give you feedback on, like that's the way to do it. We don't, it's a lot better than trying to like send people zips through Discord or something. If you
Yep.
even have the Discord level that lets you send like larger than 50 megabytes in a file.
Yeah, I'm doing a game jam now for the Itch.io Spooktober, and my role has been setting up the page. I mean, I have been getting a lot of help because we've had a couple folks on our team already working on the Itch.io page, but like my biggest thing is getting everybody's names. Because there's so many
Yeah.
people on the project, getting everybody's names and their roles, it's taken so much time just to do
Mm.
that. So, but anyways, yeah, be proactive, and we'll be helping you out, kind of giving you some pacing thoughts. But yeah, if you can find things that you can be, getting ahead of, all the better. Um, while it's a contest, we don't want anyone to fail, be disappointed because they couldn't figure out one of the steps in their idea. Yeah, yeah. I mean, and the big thing is just have fun. This is like no high stakes consequences type of event. It's just meant to be having fun. You can do this as long as you want. You can do this for the weekend. You can do it for all 9 days. You can decide not to do it at all. I mean, that's perfectly fine. I mean,
Yeah,
and
you can decide to just just hang out with the jam and like cheer people on. Like
or
we need that kind of positive
you
energy that
you
keeps
can
people going.
you can cheer people on, and then halfway through the week, you're like, you know what? I do want to make a game, and then join
Yeah,
us.
you never know when inspiration will strike.
Yeah,
So that's
yeah,
why we leave the registration. I think we leave registration open to like 6 hours before the final cutoff
yeah.
because it's like
It's open. I forget what I set it to. I have so many numbers.
I set it in at least on Jamio. I set it to 6 hours
Yeah,
before like the midnight of that Sunday.
6 hour jam. That would be
6 hour
fun.
jam. Yeah, yeah. They're out there. There's what's the fastest jam I think I've seen is like a 5 minute jam.
Yeah.
And I don't even know what you can make like without like AI tools or just like a framework that's really ready to go with like a particular genre. But oh
All right.
my goodness.
I'm gonna fast track this because people are asking about the theme and we haven't even got to the theme. So,
Oh
real
my
quick,
goodness.
couple things. So the main thing is once you get into our Discord channel, which if you don't know where that is, you can go to gdex.com/game jam, click on our Discord. Once you're in Discord, go to registration, type in the word register in the chat channel, and you'll be registered and we'll be able to help you. Once you're in Discord, we can help you. We can help you. Just talk to one of us, Tom or Wesley, and we'll help you out. But then once you're in here, also assign your roles. This is what I was talking about. All you have to do to assign, I think this is working, right? The assign, yeah. So technical, creative, producer, and I don't see the floaters yet. Is that something coming, Tom?
That's coming.
Okay.
That's in the future. But
All right. Okay.
we for people who are like, hey, I don't want to make a game of my own, but I just want to be available as a resource for others, let us know.
Yep.
We will set you up.
Yeah, we can assign that. So no worries. And then there's also, Jammer chat. So once you've registered, you can now start talking in here, which we've had a lot of really great photos already, a lot of great conversations. Matchmaking. Uh, when you see some of the stuff like looking for team or whatnot, this is kind of where that stuff will populate. So if you need to see who's here, these are being populated by Jamio. Jamio blathering is just if you have questions about Jamio the bot. You got your voice channels, and then you'll
Or yeah,
notice.
I'm camping out in Jamio blathering, so if you really want to get my attention, hop in there and
Yep,
go, Tom, ah, and then I'll like be like, ah, okay.
yep. And then once you make a team, you'll get a text channel and a voice channel. I'm not gonna hit voice because I'll leave my stream.
Yeah. Solos also get a text channel and a voice channel, but we just group
Yes,
them together in a solo category. Um, because yeah, they might want support too. Solo teams are teams too, and they can give themselves a color, an icon, and change their name, just like regular teams.
exactly. Yes, and we will help you as well. And I'll probably be hanging out at the public voice channel here. Maybe for tonight, it might even be a more public channel. You'll see us because it'll be like a bunch of our usernames in there. You can just pop in and ask us a question, and we'll be poking in on people too, making sure you guys got what you need. Um, so that's a lot of information. Don't worry that if you remembered everything or remembered only one thing or nothing. The one thing I want you to remember is when you go to our Discord channel, make sure you type in register. That'll help us help you because we can actually run commands ourselves. Um, we can actually register you if we need to manually as an admin and all that good stuff. But don't worry, don't sweat it. I know it can be a lot of information, but hopefully it'll be pretty intuitive. We actually have a lot of people in here already, so it sounds like it is, but we will be here to help you all the way. Okay. Anything else I'm missing, Tom, that you want to talk about Jamio before I get to the theme?
Nope. I'm gonna be developing Jamio. So sometimes you might see Jamio spin down. It'll go offline. It'll post a little message saying I'm shutting down, and then it'll start back up. So if you happen to need to use it, all the teams are free to keep. Like once you're in a team, you're pretty much good to go. Like Jamio doesn't need to be running for your team to work together, but sometimes you'll see Jamio go down when I push an update, and so just don't be surprised if that happens. And yeah, we're just gonna be spending the night after we release the theme. We're just gonna be spending the evening camping out, trying to help unteamed jammers get into the system and help our people who still haven't registered or that are only registered on itch, making sure that they're all settled.
Yep.
So
And
give the
that
people. Yeah, that's true. I'm doing a Jamio jam. I'll be working on Jamio. Actually gonna be working on Jamio. I might make like make a map in Trackmania for the GDEX event we're doing, just for funsies. So I'll be gaming. I'll be working on Jamio, and I'll be hanging out watching the jam,
yes.
helping out.
Yep. And
I'm your tech resource, and Wes is your art resource, and
yeah.
with our powers combined, we are nerds.
Yeah.
Oh, fusion dance across the screens that they can't see because we're behind your screen share.
Yes, and a couple of actual just soft game jam notes. Please make sure you get plenty of sleep. This is not something you have to lose sleep over. Make sure you're
Mm.
eating. Make sure you're taking breaks. Make sure that if you are, you know, you've got emergencies that people know about them as soon as you can. Even if it's just letting people know your time schedules, because we will get people who are international and they may just need to know like what time frames you guys can meet. Um, but the big thing is just don't push yourself. Don't kill yourself over this. Just have fun. And I know that if you have a question about like what's the best way to manage things, we are here to help. We've done this plenty of years. So, but yeah, just have fun. Don't stress too much. It'd be fun to have your team have a presence in the Discord with all the other teams, but it's not a big deal if you really don't want to. Okay, yeah, yes. Well, if I'm only on itch and already registered a separate team, do I need to register? It's totally up to you. Yeah, you do not have to register to participate. You do need to be on itch to submit your game, so you do have to do this. What we are providing through our Discord is really good communications, and obviously Jamio if you want to use that. You do not have to use that. I mean, people haven't used it in the past. That's totally fine if you got your own itch or your own Discord channel.
It's just our physical space. I mean, yeah, if we were doing an in-person jam, I guess it would be like, I don't know, you and your team hanging out in a different room from the rest of the jam or whatever.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal.
Yep. And so yeah, and it just helps us help you, right? Like Tom and I could do this manually, but Jamio in our Discord channel helps us help you even easier. But please do feel free to jump in our Discord, even if you're not going to use the tools for Jamio, and ask us any questions you have. We're here quite a bit looking at. I mean, I've got Discord on my phone, so I'm always looking at it like crazy. So, cool. All right, and I did notice, Nick, you're asking about what channels they are. I mean, we do have this stream. It will be up, saved for you to look at. But yeah, we can even talk to you tonight, Nick, if you want to go over the channels um, again. And I'd be happy to kind of go through any of these with anybody. So if you guys have any questions, get stuck, we can help unstuck you. Cool. All right. Well, if it's okay with everybody, you guys would like to see the theme? That's something you might be interested in, maybe, maybe. I know. Some of you just coming in like, why is the logo backwards? I couldn't fix it. I don't know why. I had a flipped image, and every time I bring it in, it was like, it was the same image. Anyways. All right.
That's why I'm the tech guy.
Well, I'm the art guy, but I can't figure out the tech.
I'm
I can
saying
figure
you
out
just
tech, but
take your image and flip the image itself. Then
I did, but I did it with my own. Anyways,
all right.
people are saying theme, so I think we have to switch over. All right, you guys ready? All right, so we thought about this a lot. If you're not familiar, our theme for GDEX this year, if you're looking in the image, is space, right? And what's coming up at the end of October? Halloween. All right. So our theme, somebody was saying, is your theme space? Like, no, 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 not the game jam. Our in-person expo is space. But this year is a mixture of like something space and something Halloween. So we talked together. We actually asked some of you all this year and got some ideas. And this year's theme is. Let's see if I can do this right. I always miss the timing.
The theme is the word the definite article the.
Oh, wrong one. I knew I'd do that. All right, it is full moon. This, yeah, that was like last year's image. Of course, I flashed up.
That would be a crazy theme, though. The last year's award winner, just make them the theme. Like,
Full
that's what you get to
moon.
look forward to if you win. You get to be next year's theme.
So, if you think about full moon, what do you guys think of? So, like, I mean, you guys will brainstorm that, right? You'll think about different ideas. I don't want to give you too many things, but like, it's a little bit of space. Full moon is like werewolves, like a little bit of Halloween, right? So we're trying to go through that realm. You can interpret it what you want. I mean, astrological, symbolic. If you want to talk about the moon signs, if you want to talk about gravity and how like tidal waves are done, if you want to just have a very aesthetically pleasing moon, or if you want to do the moonlight, there's all kinds of things you can do. All right, so full moon is your theme. However you want to interpret that, it can be an acronym. It can be the name of your, cooking recipe. I don't know.
It could be mooning someone.
No, no. Well,
I mean, that's
it just can't
PG,
be not. It
basically.
can't be
It
not
just has
safe
to
for
be
work. So
PG.
no
Yeah.
nudity or anything. But you can make
The
it.
implied mooning of somebody. You
Yeah,
can
I mean
imply that it's
that's fine.
happening.
It's whatever. If you implied, that's fine. Just no nudity. No, like the biggest thing I would say. And I'll kind of bring it back to us. The biggest thing I would say is if you would not show your grandparents this, or someone who's like really shy, like this, just don't do it, right? Because we're gonna want to
Unless
play
you're a freak and
these.
you would show your grandparents anything, then in which
Yeah, I
case
mean,
just
whatever.
just hold yourself back and
But
and
we want people to enjoy. I mean, I don't care. I think some you guys make some really creative
I've
stuff, no
already
matter what the
shown my
case.
grandparents horrible atrocities. Let's go. I'm ready for this jam.
All right. Okay, cool.
On
So,
that note,
next steps. Full moon is your theme. So tonight, and we'll be around for a while. Like I'll probably be around till like 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So about 3 hours, maybe even longer. I mean, it just depends on how long you guys need to get started. We're gonna jump into the Discord. If you are not planning to go to the Discord, you can obviously go with your teams right now and start creating. We suggest you we always tell people try to make a team no larger than 7 if you can. I know that seems like a lot, like 6 or 7. Once you start getting more than that, it becomes difficult to manage. But if you want to go more than that, you are more than welcome to. We definitely had teams of like 12 or whatever. But
yeah, we
grab your
just have a
teams.
yeah. We don't take responsibility for absolute chaos and madness that you
Yes.
inflict upon yourself.
I mean, well, the team I have right now is like, I don't know, 20 people. It's like insane. Um, but it is what it is.
Whoa.
So, but yeah, so essentially, yeah, start finding people. If you're not sure which team you want to go to, team up with somebody, and you can start talking to folks in the Discord. Say if you're looking for someone, and we're gonna help you too. So especially if people aren't like able to know what team to go to, we're gonna help you find a team. Don't feel about being too specific. You know, join with someone you never knew. And if you do already have your own team, obviously you can make your own team with them,
Yeah,
and you can choose the close command in your team if you just want to keep it so it's like a select few. That's fine.
that's right. Yeah, if you want to signal to us that you don't need help and your team is good to go, just use the close command.
All
And
right.
I'd say
Yeah.
for people, it's more important. It's not as important what you're good at. It's more important what you want to do
Yes.
during the jam. So I
That's
mean, you may
that's
have
very
whatever
true.
skills, but don't let your team pigeonhole you into just doing what you're good at. Like this jam's supposed to be an opportunity to broaden your horizons and explore. So
Exactly.
just
Yeah,
be clear about what you want to do, and we will find a team that can use that.
it it cracks me up because I didn't even think of this, but Andrew from Somerville said K done LOL because his game's name Full Moon.
Oh yeah,
It's like cool. I
good
get
to
to submit
go.
it. Yeah, we have one of our game developers whose game's name's Full Moon. Or their studio's name Full Moon, right? So yeah, it's I didn't even think of that. That's hilarious. But yeah, I mean, hey, that shows it's a good name, man. It's a good name.
Yeah, good enough to
Um,
steal for a jam theme.
yeah,
Whoa.
yeah. Sorry, I didn't even think of that. But yeah, however you want to interpret it. What
It
we're gonna
wasn't
go
my
ahead.
suggestion. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Yeah,
I said the theme should be aperture.
I like that for
Uh,
sure. Yeah, I liked Black Hole. That was good when you guys mentioned that. Someone liked Isolation. There's some really good ones, but we got to pick one. We got to pick one. So, all right. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're going to close up the stream, and then what I want you to do is in eh, our Discord channel, which I'll copy that again. Go to our Discord channel if you are feeling. We highly recommend it, but if you don't want to, that's okay. Go to our Discord channel. We'll be in a public voice channel, so the public voice channel uh, will be in there, and we'll be helping you all. So if you want to join us in there, we'll help you with streams. And you can also type in the public chat if you can't do a voice, and we'll be checking that as well. So if you just need to type things, if you don't have like a mic, that's okay. Um, and we'll be going through both to help you with forming teams, and then going from team to team to kind of help you with ideas, right? If at least get you started. Like maybe we're not creating the ideas, which you guys create the ideas, but we'll be helping you kind of like, okay, think about this, think about moving here, and where the designs and mechanics are too. All right, so that's it. I want to just thank everybody for joining us today. We had a lot of really great talks, a lot of really great folks kind of streaming in. A little bit technical difficulties. That's always kind of how it goes. Thanks, Tom, for joining me tonight, and we're excited to jam with you all week and keep you posted. So let's go ahead and jump in the Discord if you can, and if not, have a very great first night of your game jam. We're very excited to see what you make, and we will be talking to you all very soon. All right.
Wahoo!
Thanks, everybody.